Well, okay, a very kind of tough to watch video, quite frankly, on the body cam footage of the Tyreek Hill incident. I am going to be breaking down what happened. I will also include a link in the description to the full video below if you're interested. But yeah, let's talk about what happened. It seems like what really gets this incident going is you're going to see Tyreek Hill start to roll his window back down. So he was reportedly speeding, so that's why he got pulled over. And he's going to, at a certain point, decide to roll his window back up, which upsets an officer. Just so you know, there will be a cut in this clip. I'm just getting rid of some dead air. Nothing happens, but just so you know why there is a cut there.
Hey, keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down, I'm gonna get you out of the car.
So yeah, I mean, like, listen, I think it's fair to say here, Tyreek Hill, I mean, don't roll your window back up unless a police officer tells you to. I think that's a fair thing to say. Also, if a police officer asks you to roll the window down, don't make him ask you again. I think those are both very valid criticisms against Tyreek Hill. Although it also is worth mentioning, at this point, he has rolled his window down. I think a couple things I have to note is in Florida, legally, you do have to roll down your window if a police officer tells you to, but you don't have to roll it down all the way, just enough for them to see you and to pass documents, which currently I would say is the case. But then this is where things get weird, because at this point, okay, Tyreek Hill has complied to everything the police officer has said, and it seems like for whatever reason, the police officer is just, really multiple of them, are just going to kind of get set off.
As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. Break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out.
So yeah, kind of out of nowhere now, telling him to get out of the car. One even threatens to break his window if he doesn't get out of the car. I'm also going to pause it right here because I want to show that, so they open the door, and they're really not even going to give him a chance to get up himself.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! What part of law don't you understand?
So yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, this is just my opinion, I suppose. It doesn't really seem like anything Tyreek Hill was doing was worth this. Like, it's certainly an escalation by the police officers. Whether or not you want to say Tyreek Hill was behaving appropriately here, listen, if I got pulled over, it's not how I would have behaved in this situation. I think it's fair to critique some of this stuff, but, like, there is a definite massive escalation by the police officers here. Also, the second Tyreek Hill gets taken out of the car, he's talking to somebody, and he's kind of telling them that he gets arrested. This leads to another altercation, kind of an argument between the police officer and Tyreek Hill.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too late.
Alright, bro, take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey.
So yeah, it's just kind of another thing where it's like, okay, again, they're arguing. It feels like the police officer is escalating this just as much. And I'm not saying Tyreek Hill isn't escalating things, but he's it's not his job to de-escalate things in this scenario. He is the person who is, he's just a citizen here, right? Like, Tyreek Hill is saying, okay, fine, take me to jail, and the police officer is saying, we will, and it's good. Like, that's not helping anything. In fact, that's only making things worse, and it feels like he's letting his emotions get the best of him. At least that's how I read this. Cutting over to this next part, this is also like a really weird thing that happens, so I'm just gonna play what happens.
Don't worry about it, I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro,
So yeah, you hear the police officer say, don't worry, I hung up the phone, so stop crying, which feels like a weird thing to do. Like, if someone's just, I mean, again, Tyreek Hill just told the person on the phone, I'm getting arrested. That's all he said. Why are you not letting him, going out of your way to do that, and then tell him to stop crying, kind of insulting him? Like, it's just a weird thing. And then we got to go to the a later part where what's going to happen in this next shot is that Tyreek Hill is standing up. It looks like I'm not exactly sure what the police officer is trying to do. It seems like he's trying to get him to sit down or something.
hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we go there.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro.
Yeah, so again, I mean, that's kind of crazy, I think. So just to recap what happened, if you didn't hear all of it, so someone goes to grab him. Looks like they're trying to get Tyreek Hill to sit down. He's saying, hold on. And then instead of listening to him, someone goes and forcibly gets him to the ground. And he's even shouting, I just had surgery on my knee. Doesn't impact anything. I think again, the way you would want I think the way you would want a police officer to handle things is for a guy who's not in a threatening position, is handcuffed, let him get down slowly instead of forcing him. And then the police officer also shouts, "Did you have surgery on your ears?" when you didn't roll down the window. And again, to our knowledge, he was asked twice to roll down the window and just didn't do it the first time, which just seems like kind of an insane thing to do for someone whose job it is to deal with people who maybe aren't friends with you, right? And then this is where the frustrating part for me comes in. What's going to happen is Jonnu Smith, he sees this. I'm assuming they're both driving kind of the same way to get into the stadium. He sees this, and he's kind of just coming over to make sure everything's okay.
Hey, Jonnu, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Call Drew, bro. Call Drew.
Just to be clear, Tyreek Hill, it sounds like he's saying call Drew is what I believe he's saying. That's the name of his agent. So Tyreek Hill trying to just get his agent involved in this situation. That's what's happening here. So then the police officers are going to go to Jonnu Smith, who again has simply just pulled over, walked on the street in the area. Something is totally legal to do. No crime here by Jonnu Smith.
Hey, man, they got Tyreek. The cops over here beating on him, man. They over here beating on Tyreek,
Listen, big man. Don't park there, man. Just get in
Hey,
the car.
Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Straight up the side, on the side of the,
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
So just to be clear here, the person on the phone is Jonnu Smith's driver, and we don't know exactly who he's calling, but he's on the sidewalk calling somebody about the arrest. That's what we know. And while technically he is parked in the street, at the same time, I mean, you kind of have to say, well, yes, but that lane is getting blocked off already by Tyreek Hill's car and by the police officers, so he's not disrupting traffic in any way. There really isn't any reason to try and get him to go away other than you don't want him around.
I'm in the car.
You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey,
I'm
you're
not
in the car.
Who's the driver?
This is my car.
All right, move.
All right, I'll take that.
You gotta move right now.
I'm coming, man.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have a ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have a ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving. Yo, what's
Your
going
license
on?
right now.
Tell me what's going on,
Your license
man.
right now.
So if you missed it, kind of what happens there is this is, quite frankly, a common thing you'll see people do when they're trying to basically get you to sort of say, well, you didn't comply, is tell you two directions that are, you can't do both of them. They are mutually exclusive. So go away, but also give me your license. You can't go away and also show your license. Like those are, two things you can't do at the same time. So because he says I'm leaving, which he says he's leaving, if you're saying I want you to go and he's leaving, why are you getting in his way other than, just because you're, I don't know. I mean, I'll let you decide. Why are you doing that? Also, in this next clip, you're going to see the police officer shows handcuffs to Jonnu Smith's driver.
You're not gonna give me your license?
Hey,
the car and leave.
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license. Your license right now.
Sir,
Hey, your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up. Your license right now.
He just told me to
Your
leave.
license right now.
Sir,
You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
I mean, I think that look at the end just kind of sums it up. Yeah, the other police officer said, show your license. So he's still doing, they're giving him, mutually exclusive instructions. There's nothing he can do. It's pretty crazy. Again, all this for Tyreek Hill not rolling up his window quickly enough. Also, Calais Campbell was in this shot for like just a split second, but you see him, he has his hands up right here the second someone mentioned him. He ends up with handcuffs in this scenario as well. We didn't see any of that, but like, I think I can piece together how it happened. Again, Calais Campbell, someone who is so well known for helping out his community, he was named Man of the Year in 2019. This is like one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Somehow he gets put in handcuffs. It's insane. I mean, again, kind of to recap, definitely you can sit here and throw some criticism onto Tyreek Hill. I think that's absolutely a fair thing to say, that maybe he should have handled things a little better. If you're watching this and you're young, the way I would say it is, yes, follow a police officer's instructions. I would advise against arguing against them because these things can happen. But at the same time, this is just inexcusable behavior. Like, this is your job to be de-escalating situations. This was a total nothing situation. Tyreek Hill was, is it possible Tyreek Hill was being annoying before the camera started rolling? Sure, that's possible. Guess what? It's America. You're allowed to be annoying. There's, I think, no way you can look at this and say, yes, the police officers handled this absolutely perfectly. And some player, like Johnny Smith's driver, I think handled that situation very well. Calais Campbell looks like he handled that situation very well, and they were either shown handcuffs or put in handcuffs. It's just a ridiculous situation. And also, the last thing I gotta say before I go watch Monday Night Football is, to everyone who is sitting here saying, well, look at all the bad things Tyreek Hill has done, the police officers don't know that. That's not why they're doing this. They know nothing about him at this point. That's not the reason that they're doing this. It's a horrible argument.